This
person is coming
conference will
from,
now be recorded.
right, that considering that you are coming from a non-SAP background, so we'll be starting everything from scratch. Like as far as SAP is concerned, it's an ERP business application software, right? In
Yeah.
SAP, we have multiple functional modules: sales, finance, HR, production, quality. Right? We have multiple functional modules, and for
Okay.
all the modules, as far as whatever programming we need to do, whatever business processes we need to define, right? That is done
Oh.
in ABAP, right? And ABAP is
Oh.
nothing but a programming language, right? Like you can recall, right? ABAP is a programming language using which you can you can define
Yeah.
processes for all the functional departments, right?
Oh, yeah.
And there is no dependency, right? There is no prerequisite that before getting into SAP ABAP, you should know any programming language, right? Every programming is different, whether you talk
Yeah.
about C, Java, .NET, PHP, right? ABAP, all programming are different. Every
Yeah.
programming has got its own syntax, own keywords, own way of writing and executing program, but the purpose of the programming remains same. The logic remains same,
Yeah.
right? You will be defining a selection screen where the user will be entering data. You will be defining the validations, right? Whatever data is user is entering, how we can validate that data, right?
Yeah.
How we can process that data, how we can connect our program with database, right? Whatever
Yeah.
database we have in the backend, it could be SQL Server, Oracle Server, DB2, MySQL, right? We have multiple databases.
Yeah.
So being in ABAP, we will be doing similar kind of thing, right?
Yeah.
Reading.
Sorry to interrupt. Sometimes it's like breaking.
Okay.
Mm.
So as far as ABAP is concerned, right,
Yeah.
we will be doing programming and coding. We will be doing database part, how database is created and managed in SAP,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Be any programming language. Whenever you talk about a dynamic programming language, right, database has to be there in the backend. Otherwise, it will be a static web page, static website.
Yeah. It's breaking. I can't hear you properly. It's breaking.
Yes.
Hello.
Yeah, Parvati, could you able to hear me clearly?
Yeah. Now I can hear you clearly.
Okay, okay. I'm from Expertsoft team actually. Just 2 minutes. Let Anku set his audio. 1 second.
Yeah. Sometimes it's breaking. It's okay. Maybe.
No. My audio is good, right?
Yeah. Your audio is good. I can hear you clearly.
Uh, yeah, just 2 minutes. Okay, Ankur is setting this.
Yeah.
Hello.
Yeah, Ankur. Hello.
Yeah, hi. Is it audible now?
Yeah, now it's
Yeah.
better. Yeah.
Okay. Naveen, can you reset the password also? Like I have dropped a message in the group also.
Yeah. Give me a minute. I'll do that.
Thank you. Sure. Thank you. Right, Parvati. Is it audible now?
Yeah.
Okay. So I was saying, like as far as ABAP is concerned, right? It's a dynamic programming language created by SAP. So being in SAP,
Yeah.
whatever programming coding we do for any functional modules, right? It will be done in ABAP,
Yeah.
right? And in programming, right, like I said, the one of the most important thing is database.
Yeah.
For any
Database. Yeah.
programming knowledge, you should have understanding of database.
Yeah.
Because as a programmer, as a developer, whatever reports we are creating, whatever processes we are creating, they will be getting either data from SAP, from database, or they'll be storing data into the database.
Okay.
Right? It's all about defining a dynamic application, interacting with the data.
Yeah.
Right? I'll come to the to practical part also. Right? So before that, this is the course content which we have designed. Right?
Yeah.
Starting from scratch, starting understanding from ERP concept. Right?
Yeah.
Because like what SAP is, what it's an ERP business application software. Right? It's not a programming language, right? Like we have a Java, .NET, PHP. These are programming language. And ABAP and SAP is an ERP business application software. So it's important to understand the concept of ERP. What is ERP? How ERP is different from other softwares? Why most of the companies prefer using ERP,
Yeah.
right? Because along with SAP, we have multiple ERPs in the market. So how SAP is different? Why most of the companies prefer SAP as an ERP? So all those things we need to understand,
Yeah.
right? Then
Yeah.
we have SAP. What is the architecture and structure of SAP, right? What is the
Okay.
landscape of SAP? Earlier we had R2 and R3 architecture. What is that, right?
Yeah.
What is the landscape? What is the purpose of request ID, right? So all those
Yeah.
things we need to understand, right?
Okay.
Because when you're going for any kind of course, it's not just about learning a language. You need to understand the concept of that software, concept of that
Yeah.
technology, tool, right?
Yeah.
Then we need to understand what is ABAP, how ABAP is different from other programming language, what we do in ABAP, what all things we can do in ABAP,
Yeah.
right? So all those things
Yeah.
we'll be learning in the basic
Yeah.
concepts. Then
Yeah.
comes your package, right? Whenever you do anything, right, in
Yeah.
SAP, it has to
Yeah.
get saved somewhere in your application, right? Like even when you create any file in your system, it asks you now
Yeah.
where to save it. So
Mhm.
in SAP, we create packages. Packages
Yeah.
could be corresponding to every module or an application or a project,
Okay.
right? How we can segregate packages, how we are defining packages, how we are saving object in a package, how to move object from one package to another package, right?
Okay.
What is the
Yeah.
purpose of saving the package, right?
Yeah.
Then comes our database part. This is the BAP dictionary concept. So in database, we will be covering the whole structure of tables, how tables are created.
Yeah. Which database we'll be using?
It can be any database, right? Usually in SAP, we prefer SQL Server or SQL Server or Oracle. But as far as SAP is concerned, you don't need to worry about which database is used in the backend. Irrespective
Okay.
of database, right? You don't have to write any SQL query when you're working on database part,
Uh,
right? In SAP, the whole database is GUI, graphical user interface,
oh.
right? So, and the good thing is your whole database thing will be covered without writing any SQL query,
Okay. That's nice.
right? So you don't need to write any SQL query when you're working on the database part. Whether you have to create a table, you need to define a
Yeah.
data type, you could define primary key, foreign key, you need to
Yeah.
club multiple tables, creating a view, creating a
Mhm.
structures, search helps,
Mm.
right? The whole database will be done without writing any SQL query. It's
Mm.
totally drag and drop. In the backend, it will create an SQL query,
Yeah.
right? So you don't need to worry. Your whole database will be done without writing any SQL query.
Mm.
Then we'll be starting up with programming,
Yeah.
right? Basics of programming. Considering like you're coming from a non-programming background, right? We'll be starting everything from scratch.
Okay.
What all types of programs are there? How we are declaring objects? How we are declaring variables? How we are declaring data types? Arithmetic operators, formatting, conditional operations, right? Do,
Yeah.
while, loop, nesting, creating any kind of selection screens, radio button, checkboxes, drop downs, right? The whole selection screen part. That how
Yeah.
your screen gonna look like, right?
Yeah.
Because once you have this, the very first thing you'll be doing is designing the screen. Then only you can define your business logic, right?
Yeah.
Then only you can define what validations you need to apply on the selection screen,
Yeah.
right? In other programming languages, like you must have heard of arrays, stack, linked list, pointers, right? Array list.
Yeah.
Ever heard of arrays and stacks, pointers?
Yeah.
Hello?
Hello? Yeah, I have heard of arrays and
Hello?
stack pointers and everything. Can you hear me?
Am I audible?
Ankur,
Yeah,
I
it's
request.
audible.
Yeah.
Hello?
Hello, Ankur, could you able to hear me? Can you rejoin once, Ankur? We are getting some audio issue. I guess you can't hear us. 1 minute, Parvati.
Yeah. Okay.
Hello?
Ankur, could you
Hello,
able to hear
Parvati?
us?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. Parvati, you there?
Yeah, yeah, I can also hear him.
Yeah, go ahead now. Yeah.
Okay. So this is your SAP software, Parvati.
Yeah.
Anywhere you go around the world, you'll be getting the same standard software, right?
Mm.
SAP is a standard software used around the world, be it any kind of industrial sector, whether it's an IT, non-IT, manufacturing, pharmaceutical, retail, right? It's a standard software, right?
Yeah.
All the
Uh,
functional,
can I interfere? How can I make your screen look bigger? Just a moment.
you're using a mobile phone or your laptop.
No, laptop.
In the laptop, you might be having an option to maximize the screen.
Yeah.
At the top, you can
See.
see like view everyone, hide everyone, right? Parvati, you just click on hide everyone so that you will be able to see a larger screen.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Now I can see. And
Now
I
it's good,
was,
right? Okay.
yeah,
Okay, so Pavati, I was saying like be it any kind of functional, right? Whether they are
yeah.
sales, finance, production, quality, or any kind of functional business user or technical, everybody is using the same software, right? As far as
Yeah.
like if you see this here, you get an option for all the functional, right? Material management module, sales and distribution, logistic, production, plant maintenance, customer service, right? So you have all the functional
Mhm.
business processes, right? It's not like
Yeah.
everybody's using a different software. So everybody's using the same software, functional or
Mhm.
technical, right? Here we
Yeah.
have related to accounting. Here we have related to, right? And ABAP related things, technical things comes under tools, right?
Yeah.
And along with it, you find you'll find some code written here next to every option. This is known as a T code, transaction code, right? Like here also I
Uh,
can see ABAP dictionary, next to ABAP dictionary it says 11, ABAP editor is
what is
SC
that?
38,
I think it's a what code? T code?
right? T code, transaction code, T code platform,
Okay, T code. Yeah. Okay.
right? So either I can drop drill it to this menu and I can click on it. Let's say if I'm clicking here, it will take me to ABAP dictionary. Or
Okay.
like in a normal scenario, like in a while we are working on SAP, you will re- remember all the T codes which you are working on, right? Let's say if I'm remember S11 is for ABAP dictionary, I can give it here, Pressing enter, it will take me to ABAP Dictionary, right? If I want to go back in, right? If I have SE38, it will take me to another T code,
Okay. Yeah.
right? Now, say first, let's go with the database part, right? Because you're
Okay.
new to SAP, you're new to programming, so the very first concern might be like if you'll be able to understand programming or not, if you'll be able to understand database or not, right?
Yeah.
Right. So let's say um, let's create a table first, right?
Yeah.
Like I
Okay.
said, while you're working on database part, you don't need to worry about writing any SQL query, right? It's
Okay.
totally GUI based,
Yeah.
right? And you were asking like which database we are using in the
Yeah.
SAP system.
Yeah.
So if I click on system, right, irrespective of what database we are using in the backend, right, you don't need to worry about that part, right? Now you can see here it is MySQL, right?
Okay.
We're using SQL Server.
Yeah.
Even if you might be using Oracle Server or MySQL or DB2, it won't affect your processing.
Okay.
So um, as far as the naming convention is concerned, okay, we'll be discussing later on. But as far as ABAP is concerned, whenever you're creating anything, it has to start with Y or Z,
Yeah.
right? Let's say I'm creating a table here,
Okay.
right?
Uncle, are we good or any issue again? Parvati, from tomorrow we'll use the Teams meeting instead of GoToMeeting, okay?
Which one? I didn't hear you.
Instead of
Google
this
Meet?
GoToMeeting online meeting, okay,
Yeah.
let's use a different meeting actually. Seems Ankur is facing
Yeah.
some issue. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hello,
Yeah, Ankur, we can hear.
hello, Parvati.
Yeah. I can hear you. No.
Okay. So I'm not getting in depth of each and everything what for we are using all these things, right? Just
Yeah.
to give you a brief overview, right? So I'm
Okay.
selecting few settings here, right? Every setting has a purpose, right? Now it's asking me to save the object. Remember, like I was discussing about the package. So it was asking
Yeah.
me which package I want to save my table. I'm not doing any SQL query here. I'm
Yeah,
doing
just you delivery class. What's that delivery class?
like I said, now we'll get in depth of each and everything. What is a delivery class? Why we are selecting this? We have multiple options, right?
Yeah.
Why we are selecting these. Will get in depth of each and everything once we'll be having sessions, right? This is
Okay.
just a demo class so that you can get an overview of what exactly SAP is all about,
Yeah. Okay.
right? Here we have an option for fields, right? What I can do,
Yeah. Fields.
I can
Yeah.
define a field here. Let's say
Yeah.
customer ID. I can define a customer name, right?
Okay.
Here I have an option for keys, which field I want to define as a primary key,
Okay. ID you will
right?
define as a primary.
Initial value means like it can never be null.
Okay.
Then I can choose from drop down here what will be my data type, right? Let's say
Okay.
I can choose
Yeah.
it as numeric as data type, right?
Okay.
I can define that it will be maximum, let's say 5 length. Here I
Okay.
can give the description.
Mm.
Name, I can define it as character, right?
Okay.
Name cannot be numeric, so I can
Yeah.
define
Yeah.
it as
Yeah. Yeah.
character.
Character. Yeah.
It can be, let's say, 20,
Okay.
right? Same way, I can create multiple fields here, right? I can create
Pardon, I didn't hear. Multiple fields. Yeah. Field. Yeah. Multiple fields.
right?
Okay.
Like I created customer ID name, I can define a type of customer, date of registration, date of birth, phone number, email ID.
Yeah.
I can define multiple fields,
Yeah. Fields.
right? Once I have done and define all the fields, right? What I can do, I can activate it. As of now, I can see the status is new, right?
Okay.
To use any object in SAP, you need to activate,
Oh. Okay.
right? Once I click on activate, automatically the object which I want to activate will be selected here,
Okay.
right? When I'm activating it, what it does in the backend, it creates an object corresponding to it.
Yeah.
Remember object-oriented programming,
Yeah.
huh? So corresponding to everything, an object has to be created. Now you can see
Yeah.
instead of new, it says it's active. Active means now it can be used anywhere, right? So I have created
Okay.
a table with two fields, right? Now if I go on the top menu, utilities, table content, display and create entries. Hmm? While creating a
Yeah.
table, I didn't create any SQL query, right? Now if I
Yeah.
want to make entries into the table, if I'll click display right now, I won't get anything because it's a blank table, it's a new table,
Yeah. Yeah.
right? When I click entries, create entries, it will automatically create a screen for me.
Okay.
It's taking time because it is creating a screen in the backend. See,
Yeah.
this is a
Yeah.
primary key, so I have a, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
This is my ID, it comes in a blue color. This is name. I clicked on save,
Yeah.
right? I have defined that customer ID as primary key, right? So it will not take it as a duplicate entry. If I try to save
Yeah.
another name with the same ID, on the bottom left, what you can see, a data record with a specified key already exists,
Yeah. Okay.
right? If I change the ID, click save, another record is created, right?
Yeah.
If I
It
go
will be
back,
good.
again I go to utilities, table content, display. Again, it will create a screen automatically. It has created a selection screen for me, right? As of now, I
Yeah.
have just two records, right? But let's say if I have hundreds and thousands of records, every time I don't want to see all the records, right?
Yes. Yes.
So
Yes.
what I can do based on the fields, I can enter the data, and based on that, it will fetch the data, right? If I'm not giving anything, I click on execute, it will get me all the records. Can you see?
Yeah.
Now if I want to edit, I can select the record. If I want to delete, I can delete. If I want to click change, right, instead of let's say if I want to give any name,
Yeah.
right, primary key cannot be changed, so we don't get an
Yeah.
option here. Name can be,
Yeah.
right, so I
Change.
can go and I can change the name, right?
Yeah.
So this way I can define, I have created a table, I have defined the primary key, I have defined fields, created entries into it, and fetched the entry from the table,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So this way I can create tables without writing any SQL query. As of now, I have just created one table. I can create multiple tables. I can define primary keys. I can define foreign keys, right? I can map multiple tables,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Now, if I
But
come to programming, yeah,
yeah, you told me before that we can see the SQL query in the backend. Can you
it
see
is
it?
created in the backend. We cannot see it
Okay.
is created
Oh,
in
okay.
the back,
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
right? Whatever queries, what I said, like you don't need to write any SQL queries in
Yeah.
database,
Yeah.
right? But
Yeah.
in the backend, it creates SQL queries for you,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And as far as programming is concerned, right, programming is not that difficult. Okay, let's have a look into programming. There is another T code, right, SE38, which is for
Okay.
programming, right? So this is my ABAP editor for programming, right?
Okay.
Let's say I'm creating a program here. If the program already exists with that name, it will prompt. Otherwise,
Yeah.
it will create program.
Mm-mm. Yeah.
Then we have different type of programs here. Every program has its own purpose, right? Own way of executing and writing syntaxes,
Yeah.
right? We'll get in depth of each type of program later on. Let's say if I'm choosing an executable program, I click on save,
Okay.
asking me where to save it, right? So this is my programming window.
Okay.
Hmm? Let's say a simple program, parameters, right?
Yeah.
So what I'm doing customer name. So what I have done, I have written a parameter. All the blue are keywords, right?
Okay.
All the black are your object name. So I have
Okay.
written a parameter which is a keyword. Customer ID type integer and customer name type character, and it is of 10 characters.
Yeah. We give
Hmm?
the size also with the object name.
Right, right. So again, I have activated the program. This is for execution, right? I have written just 2 lines as of now.
Yeah.
It has automatically created a screen,
Yeah.
right? If anything I'll do in it, nothing will happen because I have not defined the business logic, right?
Yeah. Okay.
A simple thing, right? Whatever user is entering on the screen, I want to display it. So what I'm doing, right, is again a keyword. This is my object name. So it will print the value of these objects on the screen. Again, I'm activating it, right? Executing it. let's say if I'm giving customer ID and name here, and I execute it. So what it will do, as of now, it's a simple thing. It will print data on the screen. Whatever I have mentioned on the text boxes, it will print it on the screen,
Okay.
right? Let's say I don't give anything, right? So what it will do, it will print for numeric 0 for character space. It will print a
Yeah.
blank, but I don't want, right? I want that user should, unless he enters it, he should not be able to proceed further,
Yeah.
right? ID should be mandatory. So we have a keyword, like I have just entered O, I got a keyword, right? I'll press tab, the obligatory will come, right?
Yeah.
And here, let's say if I'm giving default, right?
Mm-hmm.
And in default, I have given a value. That means by default, it will be SAP, right?
Mm-hmm.
For second one. For first one, it will be an obligatory. Obligatory means it's going to be a mandatory field. If I don't,
Okay.
right? So see, by default, I'm getting it, and here I'm getting a checkbox by default. So if I try to execute what it said, fill in all the
You
required
need
fields.
to, yeah.
That means unless you enter any value, it will not proceed further. So you have to
Yeah.
enter something,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Getting it? Same way, like this is parameter. Same way, we have multiple way of writing a selection screen, creating a selection screen with checkbox, radio button, right?
Yeah.
Drop down. So we have all those things. And even if we have to connect it with the database, right?
Yeah.
It's
Ah,
not a big code. Let me just show you a simple program, right? I created one table,
okay.
right? What I'm doing, I have defined this table here.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm? Don't go for the syntax right now to understand it, right? I'm just
Mm-hmm.
showing you that how difficult a programming is, right? Into table, right? So what I have done, I've created an object here, right?
Yeah.
Corresponding to my database table,
Okay.
right? And then what I have done, select star means it will fetch everything from database table into the object which I have
Yeah.
created corresponding to the database table.
Yeah.
Hmm?
Fetch everything to that table, right?
Right. Now what I can do, it was customer ID, right? The name of the it's customer ID, right? And
Yeah.
then we have customer name. Or even if you don't remember it now, right? You'll get all the fields here.
Uh, yeah. Yeah.
Hmm? Let's say, so how many records we had in the database?
Two.
2 records, right? Can you see these 2 records? 1000
Yeah.
Ankur, 1001 SAP.
Yeah. Yeah.
Same we had it in a database table. If I'll make another entry here, right? I have 3 entries in the table now, right?
Mm.
I'll simply go back to my code. I'll execute it, right? I'll get 3 records here,
Okay.
right? If we go back to the program, we don't need to worry about any database connectivity. What we have done, we have written a simple code of 4 5 lines, right? To connect your program with the database, fetch data from the table, and
Mm.
displaying it on the screen.
Yeah, loop that object is,
Loop at itab.
yeah,
Itab
that
is
is
my object, right?
object
Which I
name.
have defined corresponding to database table. I fetched query. I have written a query which is fetching data from the table and storing it in internal table, itab.
Yeah, I understand all that, but loopback is that keyword is used for uh,
Loop is like if you're fetching multiple records from the table, right?
okay, okay.
What you need to do,
Yeah.
you need to create a loop. Now that means one by one it will print each and every record.
Yeah, for
If I
multiple
don't write,
records, right?
right, if I don't write loop, what it will do, it will only print the last record.
Okay,
And
okay.
loop means it will go in one by one,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, okay,
If you
okay.
have 10 records, it will go sequentially one by one,
Okay, okay.
right? So you don't need to worry about, like, I guess by seeing all these things table in a bit of programming, you can understand it's not a typical hardcore programming,
Yeah, yeah. Just
right?
the keywords,
And it,
some,
uh,
only
but-
some.
but- right, keywords are there, right? And it's not like programming is all about writing those 5 6 lines, right?
Yeah, yeah,
Programming is there, right? But it's not that difficult that coming from a non-programming background, you cannot understand it, you cannot do it,
yeah.
right? And even let me show you how simple is the syntax, understanding the errors, right?
Mm,
Let's say I have written names here, C names here, right?
mm.
See, I got an error, and what is it saying?
The field name is unknown, but there is a field with similar name, same name. Yeah,
Right? It is
for
telling you
specific.
that
Yeah,
right, the name which you have written is not the
yeah.
correct one, which you might be right, might want to write name. Hmm. Let's say if I give something here by mistake, right?
Yeah.
So I'm getting an error. What it
Mm.
says, the data object itab has no component called customer
Yeah.
name, but the
But there
component
is a
called customer
component.
name,
Yeah.
right? So it is not like whatever errors you are getting, that is pretty
Yeah.
user friendly,
Yeah.
right? Let's say if I don't give a space here, right?
Yeah.
What it says, star from is not allowed here since it
Mm.
contains an invalid character, right?
Yeah.
So it is telling you that it is an invalid character, right?
Mm.
Star from doesn't work here,
Yeah.
right? So it's not even whatever errors you're getting, that is coming in a layman language, right? It's not like it will throw a dump, right? Which you'll not be able to understand,
Mm. Yeah.
right? So that was a bit of simple program, right? How you'll be creating a database and how you'll be connecting your table. Like even right now, I was getting um all the records. Right now, I'm getting all the records, right?
Mm.
What I could have done, like if I have created this selection screen, hmm,
Yeah.
whatever user is entering in the selections in the select query, rather than seeing all the records, what I could have done,
Mm.
where
We give where customer ID and we give the value or what we want to
right. So
set.
what I have done, I have given a customer ID here as an input parameter. So rather than fetching all the records, it will
Yeah.
only get the customer ID which I have defined here. Like if it's 1,000, right?
Mm.
It's 4, right? If
Yeah.
I'm giving, right? So I'm getting only that specific set of records,
Yeah.
right? So depending on what kind of logic I need to apply, I can define it in my query.
Yeah.
Getting it?
Yeah.
So as far as programming is concerned, it's not that difficult, right? But
Yeah.
programming is all about logic,
Yeah.
right? Depending on the business scenario, depending on the functional business requirement, we need
Yeah.
to understand what they want, right?
Yeah.
And whatever business process they want, how that can be applied in your code,
Yeah. Yeah.
right? Getting it?
Yeah. Yeah.
So, any issues as of now?
Nothing. I actually understood, but only with that to be familiar with the mm, SAP.
Hmm. Hmm.
Yeah, the all the that software I need to be familiar. Maybe.
Obviously, like you will be having access to the software, right? You will
Yeah.
be having access to the software, and to learn any software, like the reason I showed you this software, right?
Yeah.
Database and programming, so that you can understand that it's not that difficult, right?
Yeah.
That you
It's
cannot,
yeah, because it's
right?
easy when compared to other programming languages. I feel it's easy.
Hmm. And as far as programming is concerned, it's all about hands-on. More you'll practice, more you'll understand it.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
Right now, like I have done programming, so I have written the code without any issues and errors, right?
Yeah.
Initially, even to write this small piece of code, you might be having syntactical
Yeah.
errors, right? You might
Yeah.
not remember the syntaxes, keywords,
Yeah.
right? But
Yeah.
as and
Yeah.
when you start practicing it, right? You
Yeah.
start doing it on a day-to-day basis, you'll
Yeah.
be able to learn it.
Yeah.
It's not a hardcore programming like Java or C or C++,
Yeah. Yeah.
right? Anything which
Yeah.
is you want to ask, anything which is not clear to you.
Yeah. Today's section, actually, I understood.
And as
Um,
far as the sessions are concerned, if we'll be having sessions, we'll be doing everything, like I'll be doing everything practically on the system the way I'm doing right now, right? We'll be discussing theoretically, we'll be doing everything practically on the system. Once we are done
yeah.
with the session, you will be getting some tasks to do,
Yeah. Okay.
right? Which you will be doing practically on your system, right? Any doubts, any queries you have, you can note it down,
Yeah.
right?
This one, the report, the keyword report. It's the name of that.
Sorry,
Uh, 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 from the starting of the program, there's a keyword report and
this one,
yeah, it's a name.
that's the name
The
of your
keyword,
program, the one which I have created
yeah,
now.
and a report keyword is just the name of the program. Report. Why we use report there?
Report is a keyword, and then we have a name of my program.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Why we use report?
Report, like I said, now when we are creating executable program, right? If I'll be
Yeah.
creating another program, right, another type of program, it
Executable.
will be having different keywords.
Yeah. 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 Okay. Okay.
If I'll
Now
be
got
using include,
executable.
I'll be using module, pool, function,
Yeah.
subroutine,
Yeah. Yeah.
every type of have a different.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Yeah.
compiler is using these keywords to identify what type of program is there,
Okay. Okay. Yeah. Got it.
right? So like I
Yeah.
was saying, keep whatever things we'll be doing practically on the system, right? You'll be getting a
Yeah.
task,
Yeah.
and in the next session, the first thing we'll be discussing is all your doubts and queries.
Yeah.
It's not
About
like
the
in next
given
session
task and for the previous. Yeah. 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 Yeah.
right. It's not like we'll be moving to the next topic straight away. First, we'll be
Yeah.
discussing all your doubts and queries. Then only
Yeah.
we'll be moving to the next topic.
Yeah. Okay.
Even if you want me to do those things practically again, we will do it. No
Yeah.
issues in it. But unless your doubts and queries are cleared, we'll not move to the next topic.
Okay. Thank you.
Right? You'll be
Yeah.
getting study material also, right?
Yeah.
On your email or
Uh,
yeah, you're
you will
saying
give me
something.
the system access also, right? So that I
You
can
will be
follow.
getting system access, SAP access, right?
Yeah.
You will be
Yeah.
getting video recordings also,
Okay.
right? For the session, you will be getting video recordings also. Along with that,
Yeah.
I'll be sharing
Video
study
recording
material.
will be helpful because because it will be very difficult because it's new. Some things will be very difficult to remember if we get
So
video
you'll be
recording.
getting video recordings. Along with that, you'll be getting study material also, which will be
Okay.
helping you preparing things theoretically,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. Anything you should I have anything like a prerequisites like brush up the knowledges in SQL
No, like I
some
said initially, there is no prerequisite. Whatever things we'll be doing everything from scratch.
okay.
Like just now you saw, we created a simple program with simple
Yeah.
declaration, simple printing
Yeah.
of the value, right? So same way,
Yeah.
like even in the database part, we started things from scratch, right? So there
Yeah.
is no prerequisite.
Yeah.
Having no knowledge of any other programming is good, because otherwise one get confused. Now there we used to do this way, here we are doing it another
Yeah.
way,
Yeah.
right? If you
Yeah.
don't know, nothing better than that,
Yeah.
right?
Okay.
Any other doubts, queries, issues,
No, nothing. Now
anything
this
you want to?
audio is audible. In the beginning it was a bit problem. Maybe it's okay now.
Hmm.
And the screen is also okay. I can see.
So anything else I can help you out with?
Nothing for today. I don't have anything.
Okay, so you can have a word with Naveen, right? Any doubts and queries, you can let him know. We can discuss it, right?
You have something like another WhatsApp group or something where we post the task, or you send me my email.
That you'll be getting task and documents on your email,
Okay,
right? All the video links, everything you'll be getting on your emails. Not to worry,
yeah,
right?
okay. Thank
Okay
you.
then. Okay, nice talking to you, Parvati.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay, bye bye.
Ankara. Oh,
Yeah, tell me.
yeah, I can help you with your cough. I was also having this, and we got a medicine, an Ayurvedic medicine. I think it will get cured in 3 to 4 days, or 1 to 2 days. You will see the improvement.
Okay,
Yeah, you're in India.
right.
Yeah, so you can get it like Vyoshadi Vadakam. It's very nice. You can try it.
Sure, I'll. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you. Bye.
Okay, bye.